What is going on today, guys? Tomcat here, and today we are back in Spin Tires taking a look at the Supercar Monster Truck Pack. Now, we've taken a look at a couple of these in previous videos. We've done the Sesto Elemento, we've done the Koenigsegg 1-to-1, and we still have yet to do the two in the middle, the P1 and the Flying Lizard Porsche race car, and there's also another monster truck hidden on the map that will be shown later in this video, but you guys will have to stick around to see that. Now, right off the bat, this setup is pretty dang cool. Like, as far as the actual lineup goes, like I said, we've seen the Lamborghini, we've seen the Koenigsegg, and we may have done the P1 before. I'm not too sure on that one. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and use the Flying Lizard Porsche first, because I know we haven't used that, and my frames just dropped like crazy, and then they came back. So I think it's all good. Yes. Yes, we're good. Frame rate came back. So what we're going to do is we're going to run these around the track, and we're going to see how they do. We're going to see if there's any differences between them. We're also going to take them off the jump later, and I feel like taking them off the jump is going to be probably the most fun part of it. But I think the best thing to do with these would be to get everybody together from the group that we normally play Spin Tires multiplayer with and run these in a race. I feel like that would be the best thing we could do with these monster trucks, or, well, monster supercar race car things, is get everybody together from the Spin Tires modding team and multiplayer and race these things here at the newest Blackwater Raceway. Now, Before we do that though, I feel like getting familiar with each one is important, because sometimes with the mods, sometimes they're really similar, sometimes they almost drive the same, and sometimes they're all completely different. Now, they've all got a similar setup with suspension. They've all got this, what basically almost looks like an RC car suspension, but at the same time, they do handle differently. This Flying Lizard Porsche definitely feels lighter, and definitely lighter on its feet and better in the corners than, say, the Sesto Elemento did, but, ooh, God, ooh, that didn't go well. Come on! Oh, we'll get back in a straight line. There we go. Ish, sort of, maybe. But, and the detail on these is really good, because the thing is, they're a really, really, really silly mod, but the thing is, you wouldn't think that a mod this silly, that's, you know, just kind of like a mod for laughs, you wouldn't think that it'd have this much detail put into it, but honestly, these models and these suspensions and everything really have a ton of detail put into them. There's a garage right there, and yes, and we will come back and take a look at this thing later, but I'm just going to go ahead and unlock it for you guys. This is the Marussia police car monster truck. Now, this thing is very, very cool, and what we're going to probably do in the multiplayer video is have people using those as cops, and then chasing down the racers, which will have racers running around the map. And so I think that's going to be insanely fun. And the cops will be able to strategize. They'll be able to go the opposite way. And I feel like I'm just like making up that idea in my head as I go. But I feel like it's turning into an idea that I think is going to be one of the most fun Spin Tires multiplayer videos that I've ever done, at least in the making anyway. Now, the only problem so far with this Porsche is, ironically, since a lot of the weight is in the back, it does have a tendency to tip backwards off of jumps, and it's generally not a problem. We haven't really gotten any damage from it. The only thing is, you have to be careful at which, or at the angle at which you exit the jumps, because if you exit it properly, then you'll land pretty much flat. And yes, it is a turbo diesel apparently. Judging by the smoke out the back, it is a 911 RSR Flying Lizard, quote-unquote, turbo diesel edition, which again is not very realistic in any way, shape, or form whatsoever, unless you're a Audi Le Mans car. But, and I know that there's going to be people, in the comments getting on to me for not pronouncing Le Mans right, but sometimes I say it one way, sometimes I say it the other way, and I think that it all just depends on where you're from. It all just depends on where you're from and how you're used to saying it. But I do like this car. I like it more than like I said, the Sesto Elemento, because the Sesto Elemento has so much understeer, and it felt heavy. And I think that this car is actually the best one so far at taking jumps. It's better than the Koenigsegg at taking jumps for sure, because the Koenigsegg, the way the damage modeling was set up on that thing, it was so quick to get damaged. It was so quick to get damaged. I mean, like, you landed a jump slightly incorrectly, and boom, you were getting damaged everywhere. So I think that it's definitely a step up from that. And what we're going to do after this is test the P1. because the P1, I feel like it's going to be interesting because the P1 it's going to have a different weight distribution, or a different weight balance than, obviously, than the 911 RSR, very different, but it's going to be still similar to the way the Koenigsegg is balanced, so we'll compare them and we'll see how it does, and land it with no damage. Oh yes, that's how it works. And, oh god, the game froze up for a second. I got extremely scared and we were on 2 wheels. Oh yes. Now, as the frame rate goes bonkers, let's switch into the P1. The only thing that I can warn you guys about this mod, or that I feel like I should warn you guys about with this mod, is the fact that when you install it, it comes with a file called radio. And that file has folders in it, or, well, not folders in it, sorry. That folder, wow, I was backwards. That folder has files in it, and they're just called, like, I was freaked out why, or not freaked out, but, I was really confused as to why they were in the folder when I originally installed the mod, because the files were called, like, Techno 1 and Techno 2, and then I got into the game and realized that they had literally added a radio with music in it to this mod, or to this mod pack, and the songs in it were kind of, like, just kind of whatever, and obviously I was like, this is probably copyrighted and doesn't need to be in this video, and shouldn't be in this video, and plus, I found their song choices to be a little bit on the annoying side, but even with diff lock on, I'm noticing this P1 is so squirrely. I mean, it's extremely powerful, but it's also extremely squirrely. I mean, the second you touch the gas, even with the diff lock on, it's just like, and we're going sideways, and we're shooting into the bushes, and we're shooting off-road. It's pretty uncontrollable. And even though that Lamborghini wasn't the best in the corners, it was controllable. This, nah, not really. This is, I mean, it will dart to the side. It's got ridiculous, like, torque steer almost. Like, floor it right here, and didn't really have enough time to get up to it before the jump. But let's see if we can do it again on this straightaway. Ooh, it's starting to go off the side again. Oh my god. It, like, the whole suspension squats, and it's almost like you lose control of the front suspension. Oh god, the front suspension. I know what I'm not using in the multiplayer race. Oh, jeez. Woo! And we flipped it, and we did not get any damage. Oh my god, that is a record. That has to be some kind of record for me in spin tires, because there is no way that you can flip any of these monster trucks and land with no damage. The chances of that happening are pretty slim, and for to have that happen and then to just, you know, just drive off is pretty freaking amazing. Like, that's pretty cool. I have to admit, that is, I wouldn't say it's like, I mean, I guess you could say it was really lucky, but oh my god, I don't know if that's gonna land well. Ooh! Oh, that's gone badly wrong. Wow. We're lucky we have 2,200 available points of damage, because that did not go well. And I just realized, okay, wait, never mind. I looked at the wheels, and I just realized that they were the P1 wheels, but I originally thought that they were the Koenigsegg wheels, and I was like, that doesn't line up properly. No. Nope. We did it again! Or, well, no, we got a couple of damage points from that one. Just a few, though, not too many. And floored! As you can see, it just, I mean, the slightest input from your controller, and you have to be instantly ready. Otherwise, this thing is either going to plow with understeer, or it's going to pull you to one side of the track, and you are not going to be able to recover it. I don't care how good of a spin tires driver you are. It's going to be really hard to recover this car. The other thing is, the suspension in this is so much more compliant than the suspension in the Porsche, almost to a point of it being a fault, because having a suspension this soft in something that you're going to be taking off massive jumps is going to constantly cause you to bottom out. And bottoming out causes damage and also a loss of control, which is not what you want if you're racing these things online. Now, the thing is, too, the Koenigsegg kind of suffered from the same problem, but it wasn't this bad. This is much worse than the suspension in the Koenigsegg. And I don't know why the Porsche's suspension was so good, but it just seemed to work better than any of the other cars. I haven't tried the Marussia, but I will for sure later on, and I feel like I will in this video, because this video, like I said, is kind of like testing out all the cars leading up to that multiplayer video, and once I get that together for you guys, that's gonna be, I feel like that's gonna be probably the most entertaining Spin Tires multiplayer video that I've ever done. I mean, I know that a lot of people like the adventure stuff, but this stuff, yeah, doing a supercar monster truck cop chase on a, like, ridiculous track with massive jumps is gonna be so fun. That, oh, and land with no damage, that is how we get it done. That is absolutely how we get it done around here. And then we end it with a flip, and apparently it's not dead yet, though. We'll get it repaired real quick, and we will switch into the Porsche, because before we switch into the Marussia, we're going to take the Porsche and then the McLaren off the jump. And in taking them off the jump, I'm thinking we're going to either end up in a tree or end up somewhere. Hopefully somewhere desirable, or at least somewhat desirable. It's kind of going off the edge there, but not too badly. Oh, come on. Come on. Come on. Power! Not really. I screamed power and it didn't really do any good. That goes somewhere else. Okay, yeah, that goes down to a different section. This is the... Wait a minute. I'm confused. This originally, the last time I played it, it had one jump. But I guess he must have changed it, because this mod pack must come with a newer version of the... Okay, so it must come with a newer version of the Blackwater Project X Raceway, because now he's added multiple jumps to the, to this area of the map. So we're gonna floor it for this jump. Go, 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 go! It's definitely not as fast as the P1, though. And it spins around and... oh, God. It's bounced off. And you know what? We survived. We're going to call it success, because we survived. A lot of vehicles don't survive that one. And yeah, you know what? It's absolutely true. There's 2 ramps here now, and they weren't there before. That's awesome. Now it's time for the P1, which... Oh, we got an interior view? It's not a very good interior view. It's covered in mud, but it's still a good... I mean, it's still an interior view. Now, getting these things to go off the jumps and getting them to go off the jumps properly, or at least getting this one to go off the jump properly, is going to be a bit of a task, because it is the most unruly vehicle I have ever tested in Spin Tires so far, at least as far as power goes. And we're going to take it off the same jump just to kind of be a little bit fair. That's full power and launch! Oh my god! Is it going to land it? I believe it is. No damage at all! Well, I mean, damage from it rolling, but no damage on the initial landing. That is a record. I have never gotten, never had a vehicle where I've gotten no damage at all on the final landing. And since we've run the other 2 cars around the track before, we're going to just go ahead and take them off the jump, because the jump is new. So we're going to take the Sesto Elemento off, and then we're going to take the 1-to-1 off the jump, just to see how they perform. We're not going to take them around the circuit, because again, we've used these before. But I feel like it's only... Not only is it only fair that we take them off the jumps, but, wow, this is slow compared to the P1 we were just in. Even if we turn off the diff lock, it gets so... Wow, it's so slow. I don't know if the automatic gearbox just isn't changing down, or sorry, changing up. But, geez, that's actually not all that good. I'm kind of surprised at that. Alright, and go, 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 go! We'll see what we can get out of this thing. Did it? Seriously? It didn't switch up from second. And, I mean, we landed, got damage, went into a tree, and got more damage. And now it's... now it's a tree prop. And, that'll be the end of that. I feel like the Sesto Elemento is so underwhelming now that we've driven... especially now that we've driven the Porsche and the McLaren, because those are really quite quick, and the Koenigsegg The Koenigsegg, I feel, is more controllable. It's faster than the 911 in a straight line. It's also more controllable than the P1, but it's not quite as good off of jumps, so we'll have to see how it does off of the massive jump. Alright, let's go. Full power, come on! Go, go, go! It actually didn't get that much speed at all, and it rolled. Whoa! I know I just got extremely distracted, but is that a... Oh my god, is that like a different route? A route that I haven't used before this map? Like a shortcut or something? Holy crap. Where the hell does this even go? Never been here before. I've legitimately never been here before. This is completely new to me, guys. Completely 100%. It runs through the track. And it's like, I wouldn't say it's an alternative, but let me look at it on the map. Oh, I see where it goes. Okay, so technically, if you wanted to, you could almost create a secondary circuit, like almost like a secondary route, if you wanted to, like a shortcut route. I wouldn't personally, but again, that's completely up to whoever's playing the map. Now, we're going to switch into the Marussia, the cop car. We're going to see how it does, and I'm expecting it to be a little bit of a monster, since a lot of the other games that this car is in, it is a monster, so... Especially the game which this one was taken from. I believe this is the... Oh gosh, the Need for Speed Hot Pursuit version. I believe it's a conversion. So, let's see how this one does. Now, it kind of feels like... Feels a bit like the Sesto Elemento right off the bat, to be honest. But, as far as weight balance goes in the air, that jump went really well. The question is it going to continue that? Jeez. Wow, where's my vocabulary today? Got that commentator vocabulary, though. Honestly, it feels a little bit like the Koenigsegg, but with the balance of the Porsche in the air. But it does get bogged down quite easily. And I think it's only proper, if we finish this off, I think it's only proper to finish the lap with this, and then take it off the jump and see what happens. I feel like that's the best way we can finish it off. I feel like if we don't finish it any other way, then we haven't really finished, because we didn't put every single car through the test. And especially, I mean, if we had put like maybe 2 cars through the jump test, it would have been okay to leave the rest. But if we put everything else through the jump test and then neglected this car, that's not how you do it. That is completely wrong, in my opinion. I was going to go ahead and say that is completely wrong. Completely wrong way to do it. Oh, come on. Yes, there you go. There you go. Not too bad at all. The only problem is, unlike the Porsche, the automatic gearbox programming in this car has a tendency to just kind of bog itself down. It doesn't, because the Porsche always kind of stayed in the proper gear, and it really kept its speed up well. This, on the other hand, it likes to change up and down at odd times, and in doing that, it kind of causes itself to either get sluggish sometimes or not want to change up or down when it should, and then it just loses momentum because of it. But I think it's still going to be a good car, and I think it's going to be a good car for chasing down the racers in the multiplayer video. Go! Oh yeah, very composed for the jump, at least for that final jump for the track. That's not the final jump entirely, though. We still have one last one to do. Come on, come on, come on. Oh gosh, oh gosh. Ooh. Alrighty, now. That jump is, well, I wouldn't say it's within view yet, but that was almost terrible, but... Florida, get on the gas, come on! Alright, we're in 5th. See what we can do. Wow, actually, that was, like, terrible. And we got no damage on the landing, but the thing is, it absolutely ate a tree. So, I mean, it absolutely went straight into a tree. So, and wow, this is like a supercar monster truck graveyard down here. That's an odd thing to have happen. But if you guys enjoyed this video, don't forget to leave me a like. Tell me in the comment section down below what you guys thought of it. And if you're new to my channel, don't forget to subscribe for more. And I will see you guys in the next one. Very soon there will be a multiplayer video of basically Need for Speed Hot Pursuit Spin Tires Edition. I'm very much looking forward to that, and I hope you guys are too, because again, I think it's going to be a really fun video. But again, I hope you guys enjoyed, and I will see you guys in the next one. Don't forget to subscribe for more if you want videos like this in your feed every day. And again, I will see you guys in the next one. Talk to you guys later.